This week on the Case of the Week, we have another ACC tournament debate here as it's March Madness, guys. ACC tournament, how's Pitt going to do? As we have Kelsey Metzger, Kyle Anthony, and Tim Hardy. Let's start with Kelsey. What do you have coming to the table this week?
I did not know I was going first, but so that's a surprise there. But I don't expect much. I don't see them going that far. As always, your heart wants to say that, yeah, Pitt can do it, but they always lead you down the path of heartbreak. It's been a saying every year, so I'm not expecting anything big from them.
Well, I think Pitt has to win a couple games to get a guaranteed spot in March Madness, but I think if they play Notre Dame in the first round of the ACC tournament, they're going to lose. But if they play somebody other than Notre Dame, they will be able to beat them and lose the next round, because Mike Bray has this really big thing where he really likes to beat up on Jamie Dixon. So if they play Notre Dame, it's going to be over.
Well, I think they're going to at least do all right, So I think they'll do at least decent enough. They'll at least win, no matter who they face. I think even though if they face Notre Dame. But past that, they're not going to beat anybody.
See, I don't know if they can beat Notre Dame. They played really bad at Notre Dame.
It depends. I think we can all agree that they're not going to go very far. But I think the main thing is here we have to see how the discussion is more how far are they going to go down the road. It depends on what team shows up. Is basically what I'm thinking. Are we going to see the team that shows up in the second half and in the overtime games that wins them the overtime and they've gone and won those games? Or are we going to see the team that shows up in the first half and really isn't there for the most part? And I think that's going to determine their fate overall in the ACC tournament.
I mean, this team, they haven't played well the second half of the season. They've really, since the Duke game, this team hasn't played like itself. They have James Robinson, who's turned the ball a lot more than he has. Lamar Patterson's been off and on. Talib Zahn has been beat up. Then Jamie Dixon has become the king of taking bad timeouts.
Right, and they've gone.
Well, I'm saying
it's
a smart move to take the
he
timeout.
gave Jim Boeheim
I think the person you got to blame is the players. It's not like he's out there on the court
listen,
and then do what they got to do.
Tim, with two seconds left, he's going to put a freshman, two short people on a guy that's 6'5". You put a dude that's taller than him.
I'm pretty sure.
And listen, Jim Boeheim has 900 wins. Why give him a timeout? Notre Dame game, another key example. Lamar Patterson's driving in the lane to make a layup. One he's probably going to make. You know what Jamie Dixon does so the team goes overtime? He takes an awful timeout. Pitt gets the ball in the inbounds, shoots an awful shot. Listen, Jamie Dixon, then he also likes to get out-coached. But I'm going to let you talk, Tim, because we're just going to keep passing this around.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I definitely agree. I don't think they'll go all the way, but I definitely think they'll at least win the first round. I think Pitt's a good enough team at least. Maybe this bad coaching here and there by Jamie Dixon, but I think they got enough of firepower to at least beat the first round. But if you're talking about like the top 4 teams like Virginia, Syracuse, Duke, North Carolina, I don't think they're going to be able to mess with teams like that.
No, they won't be able to handle teams like that because Jamie Dixon's the kind of coach that instead of being like Boeheim and guys like that and letting their athletes play in the system and let them be themselves, Jamie Dixon's the kind of coach that's system. You can be an athlete when we're playing Savannah State A&M.
I think you have to look at, too, this isn't the red-hot team that we saw at the first half of the season that went 18-2. It's the team right now we saw in the second half of the season that went 5-6 down the stretch, and 4 of those victories came in overtime or double overtime.
Yeah,
and they weren't against good teams either. Notre Dame's awful. Clemson's not very good. The U is atrocious and isn't the team we saw last season. Pitt's not playing good games, people. They're playing sloppy games. If this was the old Big East, Pitt would have 6 conference wins because they wouldn't be playing close games. They'd be getting blown out by schools like UConn and Cincinnati.
Well, I think they do both got a point there. Definitely when it comes to Pitt, they just haven't been able to have enough of firepower. I don't think just really in these last couple of games, they haven't been able to really contribute very well. The turnovers have been up really high, and they just haven't been able to show against teams that they should easily beat.
And their defense has struggled too, and Jamie Dixon's always a big defense guy, but lately his team hasn't played very good defense. And with the system he's going to, like when Duke was hitting all those threes, instead of going to the 3-2 zone to try to cut that down, because he says he believes in Talib Zahn, so go to the 3-2, let Zahn bang down low and do what you think he's capable of doing. No, we're going to play the 2-3, let Duke spot up shooters, hit all the threes in the world, and Jabari Parker goes off.
Wrong.
Oh, what argument do you have to say that Pitt's going to do well?
They should have beat Syracuse twice, yes.
Oh,
Should
my
have.
goodness.
What about Duke in Virginia, in North Carolina?
Duke they had almost beat. They're
On Pitt.
7-2 on the road this year. Look what they did against Clemson. That was actually pretty good. They scored
went
5
to
points
overtime.
in 3
They had a buzzer beater
seconds.
against a team that they should have never
Clemson's
been
not.
close
If
with.
this is
All
a
right, still
football
on the
game, I'd
road
say,
in
oh my.
ACC play. Pretty
How about
impressive.
the way North
And
Carolina's playing? They beat
So
Pitt
how
down.
far are you saying that they'll go through?
farther than you guys 3. You guys have no
So
hope
you're
at
saying
all.
they're going to at least get past? I said they was going to at least win one game.
Oh, they'll beat Notre Dame. They'll
And then
beat
after
Clemson.
that-
They'll beat Florida State. This team, they've seen everyone. There's no need for them to drop the ball again. On that note,
They used to do that in the Big East all the time. I mean, they blew
They
it.
always
yeah,
drop the
because they
note.
had hope in the Big East. See, they
But
have
where's-
no hope.
I mean,
which
Gary
is
McGee might as well
exactly
come out in the
why
court and
they
then
can play
Kemba
well.
Walker say,
There is
"Ballin'."
no expectations. There is no pressure on this team to do well
Yes,
this
because
year.
they
There
there
is
is pressure.
no
They have to.
pressure.
They have to
Jamie
win to secure
has
a spot.
pressure.
They've secured a spot.
No, they haven't. Joe
Yes,
Lunardi
they
says they are a
have.
bubble team, and Joe Lunardi, listen, last year he
They
picked
have
every team right.
secured a spot already. That's what
No.
that final game was for. Stop. Just stop.
Oh, stop. Chris
Oh,
is right,
stop.
guys. Oh, it's 3-on-1, so I say we win.
Here, let
Good
me
team effort.
let me get a tissue and you
All
can
right,
cry,
cut
and
the
you can
mic.
cry
Keep
your
going.
pains and you can
Stop
cry your
that
pain
already.
away.
All
Somebody
right,
have a
on
tissue?
that note, join us next week for another Pioneer Sideline. Same Pioneer time, same Pioneer channel, same Pioneer Sideline.